Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan selamat sejahtera kepada semua. Kembali lagi kita dalam program 10 minit bersama kaunselor pada hari ini. Saya Syafiqah binti Abdul Kahar merupakan kaunselor pelatih daripada UiTM Cawangan Perak, kampus Seri Iskandar. Jadinya pada hari ini kita akan mengupas satu topik yang bertajuk 7 Signs of Panic Disorder. Seperti mana yang kita tahu, dalam kalangan rakyat Malaysia kini, kadar kes kesihatan mental semakin meningkat dan salah satunya adalah panic disorder. Sebelum itu, kita perlu mengetahui apakah itu panic disorder. Jom sama-sama kita lihat video di sebelah untuk kita lebih mengetahui tentang panic disorder.
As soon as I wake up, my heart and thoughts are both racing. What do I have to do today? How am I going to get it all done?
It never fails. I'm prepared for the meeting, but as it gets closer, my body gives me away. I end up in the nearest bathroom, sweating and shaking. It's so embarrassing.
I was walking on the beach with my dog, and everything was great, until suddenly I felt like something was really wrong. I started trembling, the world around me got small. I felt like I couldn't breathe. I thought I was going to pass out. I sat down and started to cry.
I cannot get on that plane. What if I can't control myself and they have to come back to the gate? I can't imagine anything worse.
Everyone experiences anxiety and fear. Sometimes it can be protective, like when fear keeps us from doing something dangerous. Stress can also help people stay motivated, like when we need to finish something on a deadline. But when anxiety is severe and comes in bursts, and when it takes away our ability to function in the moment, it can make life very difficult. I know one of these voices is mine. I had panic attacks, which are bouts of intense fear and physical symptoms. Although they felt like they would last forever, they were usually about 10 to 20 minutes. Sometimes I had no idea why a panic attack started. I just noticed my body starting to change. I would get a tingling sensation, tightness in my chest, feeling like I couldn't breathe and my heart would race. Some people feel nausea, sweating, or dizziness. If you've had one panic attack, you start to fear having another. This is an important piece of what we call panic disorder. The fear of more panic often causes people to withdraw and isolate from other people, and to stop doing activities and going places. The good news is, there are effective treatments for panic disorder. Cognitive behavioral therapies help people recognize thoughts and sensations that may trigger a panic attack. Relaxation and controlled breathing techniques were helpful to me to reduce my physical sensations and return my body to a relaxed state. While difficult at first, these tools help change people's thoughts as well as physical symptoms during anxiety. They help eliminate future attacks and make the ones we do experience less distressing. Self-care practices like exercise, healthy eating, and getting enough sleep can also help people feel more prepared to handle those stressful moments. Medication can also be helpful in reducing the severity and frequency of panic attacks. Selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, or SSRIs, and serotonin and norepinephrine reuptake inhibitors, or SNRIs, are used to treat anxiety and are safe and non-addictive. It's important to work with your healthcare provider to find the best course of treatment. The most effective treatments typically include both medication and cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. I struggled with panic attacks for a long time, but I got help. I learned that panic didn't have to control me. So many people worry that panic will keep them from exploring the world and living the lives they want. But with treatment, people can take back their lives and find hope again.
Baiklah, selepas kita menonton video sebentar tadi, kita dapat mengetahui apakah itu panic disorder. Panic disorder adalah apabila seseorang individu mengalami sekurang-kurangnya 2 kali panic attacks. Seseorang individu itu akan berasa terlalu risau dan juga terlalu takut walaupun mereka tidak berada dalam keadaan bahaya. Dan perkara ini akan membuatkan seseorang individu itu mengubah rutin harian mereka untuk mereka mengelakkan diri mereka berlaku perkara yang sama. Dan itu adalah kita panggil anxiety disorder. Baiklah, kebanyakan individu yang mempunyai panic disorder, mereka akan berasa takut untuk berada di tempat yang sama. Contohnya seperti di kedai makan, elevator ataupun bilik darjah, kerana mereka takut, mereka khawatir perkara yang sama akan berulang kembali. Dan itu adalah akan mendorong kepada sesuatu yang bernama agorafobia, iaitu seseorang individu berasa takut untuk keluar dari rumah mereka dan juga berada di tempat orang yang ramai. Itu adalah sedikit sebanyak yang kita tahu tentang definisi panic disorder. Seterusnya, mari kita sama-sama lihat apakah tanda-tanda panic disorder. Jom kita lihat video di sebelah yang bertajuk 7 Signs of Panic Disorder.
Have you ever experienced intense periods of anxiety for some unknown reason? Perhaps you felt nauseous or numb all of a sudden. These are panic attacks, and it typically lasts for a few minutes, but it can be incredibly fatiguing and scary. It's likely you'll experience a few panic attacks in your lifetime. However, if you experience these intense and stressful episodes frequently, you may end up developing a panic disorder. So, here are 7 signs of a panic disorder. Before we begin, we would like to mention that this video is created for educational purposes only and is not intended to substitute a professional diagnosis. If you suspect you may have a panic disorder or any mental health condition, we highly advise you to seek help from a qualified mental health professional. Number 1. Symptoms of a panic attack. Have you experienced an intense feeling of fear and dread or felt suddenly lightheaded? Symptoms like these and others like a rapid heart rate, chills, pain in the chest or stomach are some of the typical effects of a panic attack. While you may have experienced these symptoms in isolated instances, it may potentially develop into a panic disorder when they become more frequent. Number 2, you have recurrent and frequent panic attacks. How many times have you had a panic attack? According to the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual, it's considered a panic disorder if you have 1 or more panic attacks followed by a month of intense fear of future attacks. While the number, intensity, and duration of a panic attack can vary from person to person, experiencing a large number of panic attacks in a short period of time is a cause for concern. Number 3, you avoid things that may trigger your anxiety. Have you become afraid to do certain things like driving in fear you'll have a panic attack during those things? You may exhibit avoidant behavior to avert potential triggers. In some cases, people with a panic disorder are sometimes seen to also have agoraphobia, which is the fear and avoidance of certain places and situations. This can make daily life much more difficult and scary to navigate. Number 4, the attacks are not the result of another disorder. Are your panic attacks caused by stress and triggers, or are they a physical health issue? The cause of panic attacks may not always be apparent. Hypothyroidism, heart issues, and breathing problems may show similar symptoms to a panic attack. Similarly, consuming caffeine, alcohol, and nicotine may also have a similar effect. It's important to ask your doctor, as they may help you determine whether your panic attacks are symptoms of a physical illness or due to a panic disorder. Number 5, irrational fear of dying. Did you know that your anxiety is a natural reflex to danger? While it may have been helpful to your survival in the past, such as telling you to run away from an attack by an animal, it can be ineffective and exhausting when the source of your anxiety today can't be physically fought and defeated. If you constantly experience irrational thoughts about your life being threatened or intense periods of stress where you feel like you may be in harm's way, this may be a sign of a panic disorder. Number 6, fear of losing control or going crazy. Have you ever felt very overwhelmed all of a sudden? Maybe you're having trouble breathing properly, or the things you see are starting to spin. If you are unaware of the symptoms of a panic attack, you may not know that you're going through one. This may make you feel like you're suddenly losing control or going crazy. So if you have recurring experiences where you feel like you're losing control, you may be having a panic attack or have a panic disorder. Number 7, feelings of detachment and unreality. Have you ever felt numb, as if the people and places around you seem unreal or detached? Sometimes with a panic disorder, you may experience depersonalization, which is detachment from yourself, and derealization, which is detachment from your surroundings. The numbness you may feel when interacting with others, your environment, and even with yourself can be unpleasant and maybe distressing to your daily life.
Banyak perkara yang dapat kita pelajari berdasarkan video sebentar tadi, iaitu kita dapat mengetahui tentang apakah tanda-tanda panic disorder. Secara tidak langsung, selepas kita menonton video tersebut, kita akan dapat menjaga kesihatan mental kita dengan lebih baik. Sedikit pesanan daripada saya untuk anda semua. Sebagai rakyat Malaysia, amatlah penting kepada kita untuk sentiasa menjaga kesihatan mental, kerana kesihatan mental yang baik akan menjamin kestabilan emosi dan keamanan negara. Sekian sahaja daripada saya untuk hari ini. Saya ingin mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada semua yang sudi menonton video ini dan juga kepada semua yang telah membantu saya sepanjang program ini berlangsung. Semoga kita berjumpa lagi di masa hadapan. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.